Kristen O'Brien here at Keller Williams Realty, and I was just sitting here trying to take a lunch break, and I had a call, and I get this call all the time, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a video for you guys to kind of maybe answer a question that a lot of people are really hesitant to answer. So the question I've gotten, and probably every appointment I've had, is, when is the bubble gonna pop? We're gonna have 2008 all over again, and a lot of people are worried about real estate. And I just want you guys to know that yes, the market is hot, but there's no indications economically that there is going to be any kind of a bubble pop. If you listen to the economists that really understand real estate, they are not predicting any kind of a bubble. And there's a couple reasons for that. And since I've lived through the 2008 crash, I can kind of tell you guys a little bit. The reason that we had the bubble pop last time was more because of a few factors. One was we had loans that were being approved, no documentation loans. They were not requiring large down payments. I think probably 70% of first time home buyers were buying a house at the time with no money down. Now it's maybe 9%. So we had people not putting any money down. They were taking these loans out. A lot of the loans back then were variable rates. Interest rates were in the eights and nines, maybe creeping. They were coming down, but they were still pretty high compared to today. So a lot of people were doing variable rate mortgages. So they weren't doing fixed. So maybe they had a 7-year or 5-year fixed, and then it was variable. So we had a lot of issues going on with the way people were borrowing money. And so that caused a huge problem. Another factor is we had really high inventory. So when you compare the amount of homes we have on the market now compared to the amount of homes we had in the market back then, if you take it nationally, there was probably 4 million homes on the market back then, and now we have like 1.4. So we did not have as many, or in our current market, we don't have as many homes being sold, and we don't have that much inventory. So whenever the lending side started to fail because of all these bad practices, let's be real, we just had so many homes on the market. Everybody kind of caught up in that. Also, part of that market crash with foreclosures, that was another thing. A lot of people took out these mortgages they couldn't afford. And then what was happening is, since home prices, we did have the bubble, were not going up, they were staying steady or going down, a lot of people went into foreclosure. Right now, a lot of people, if you're in foreclosure, and I know there's a lot of things going on, right now the market's great and it's hot and prices are going up. So if you are in that foreclosure situation, most likely you have equity in the home. So hopefully we're going to avoid a lot of that foreclosure market. So again, I just want you guys to know, it's kind of a simplified version, but looking at everything that's going on now and what happened back in 2008, we're not in a bubble. Things aren't going to pop. You should not be afraid about buying real estate. And if you don't believe me, look at what's happening with a lot of the investors. Inflation is a thing, it's real, and we are experiencing that. And the best thing to hedge inflation is to have fixed long-term investments. And what is a fixed long-term investment? It is real estate. So if you've noticed a lot of people buying real estate, that's why. If inflation goes up, think about it. Right now, you go to the grocery store, things are going up. You go to the gas station, prices are higher. Everything's going up. If you buy a home versus rent, you have a fixed payment for the next 30 years. So you don't have to worry about your other expenses. Well, you don't want to have to worry about your house being another expense that increases. So real estate is a really good hedge against inflation. So that's another reason. Even if there is some kind of a market correction, maybe some prices go down short term, something happens, I don't think we're going to see anything like the last bubble. So stop worrying about it. Obviously, we'll pay close attention. I'll continue to update you guys on things that I hear from the experts. But the answer to when is the bubble going to pop, I think is pretty safe. Not 100%, but pretty safe to say that doesn't look like that's what's going to be happening anytime soon. So if you want to buy real estate this year, next year, I think you're still going to be in a great position. Most people have been saving. I think the amount of people saving money during COVID was like unheard of. So a lot of people that were able to put money aside, maybe the time is now to put some money into real estate. And I hope that this gives you a little bit of peace of mind. I'm going to put together my mid-year real estate update. And if you guys want that, stay tuned. We'll be posting links if you guys want to have some more data and information. I'm happy to share that with anybody. So sorry the video took so long, but I'm just sitting here thinking, you know what, I just need to get out there and start telling people, because I feel like a lot of realtors are really afraid to make predictions. But I like to follow the data, I like to look at the information, and I listen to a lot of economists, and I feel pretty comfortable saying at this point, you know, even though it's hard to find a house, get out there and buy, because I think real estate is going to be a really good investment for you. All right, now I'm going to go, I guess, back to work. See y'all later.